Animals in Nature, Jumping Spider Leap Math. Deep within the Amazon rainforest lived a curious little jumping spider named Araceli. Every day she would venture out on her tiny, silk-covered legs and explore the rich ecosystem around her home. One sunny Wednesday, Araceli stumbled upon an intriguing sight, a leaf covered in tiny numbers. Araceli approached the leaf cautiously. She couldn't believe what she was seeing. The numbers were glowing faintly, and they seemed to be moving in a pattern. Intrigued, Araceli studied the numbers for a moment before deciding to try her luck at solving this mysterious puzzle. Araceli began to count the numbers. She noticed that they were in groups of 4, and each group seemed to be related to one another. Using her 8 little spidery legs, she quickly solved the first few problems. With every correct answer, Araceli felt a surge of excitement. As Araceli continued to solve the math problems, she began to notice a pattern. The answers were all related to her own life. How many legs she had, how much silk she could produce, even how far she could jump. This was more than just a random math problem. It was about understanding herself and her place in the world. Araceli suddenly realized that these problems were teaching her something important, not just about math, but about how she fits into her ecosystem. She understood now that every living thing has its place, and that they are all connected in some way. Araceli smiled, feeling a sense of gratitude for this newfound knowledge. Araceli began to see her world in a whole new light. She noticed the connections between herself and the other creatures around her, how they worked together, how they adapted to their environment, and how they depended on one another for survival. Araceli felt a deep sense of appreciation for this intricate web of life. Araceli spent the rest of her day exploring the rainforest, learning more about the connections between all living things. She observed a sloth hanging from a branch, using its long arms to reach for leaves. She saw a toucan pecking at fruits, sharing seeds with other birds and animals. At dusk, Araceli returned to her home. She lay down in her silk-lined burrow and thought about all she had learned that day. She realized that these connections went beyond just the creatures of the rainforest. They extended to humans too. With this newfound understanding, Araceli felt a renewed sense of purpose. The next day, a young girl named Maria picked up Araceli's story and began to read it. She was amazed by Araceli's adventure and learned about the connections between all living things. Inspired by Araceli, Maria decided to share this knowledge with her friends and family. Word spread about Maria's discovery, and soon other children began to read Araceli's story as well. They learned about animal adaptations, life cycles, habitats, and how living things connect. The children felt a sense of wonder and excitement, eager to learn more. One sunny Wednesday, Maria invited all her friends to the Amazon rainforest for an adventure. As they walked through the lush greenery, they marveled at the intricate connections between all living things. They vowed to never forget this lesson and to share it with others. As they looked out over the Amazon rainforest, the children felt a deep sense of gratitude for the lessons they had learned. They realized that every living thing is connected in some way, and that it's important to understand and appreciate these connections. With hearts full of wonder, the children set out on their own adventures, eager to explore the wonders of nature and learn more about themselves and the world around them.